Welcome back to the Padilla Family Homestead. We are here for a garden tour. It has been about a week since our last one, I think, but the garden has grown so much in a week. I'm going to pop in a photo right here that shows from May 6th till June 9th how much the garden has grown. And it is amazing. It's just crazy to see. So I'm going to flip around, show you where we are really fast. It's not a huge garden, so it's not going to be that big of a tour or that long of a tour. But I do want to show you what I have growing. I will say that I'm seeing a wild bunny hop around. It's on the other side of the shed right now. And we have a lot of squirrels. So I'm going to have to keep my eye on our food as it grows to make sure I'm the one getting the deliciousness. Okay, let's flip this around. So I'm going to start with these 4 bins by our bedroom window, and we have carrots here. I don't feel like they're getting enough sun. I also feel like this was just one type of soil. It wasn't the one that I mixed. And so I don't know if it has as much nutrients. Now the carrots are primarily purple that are in here, but the leaves I don't think should be this purple. They should be pretty green. And so I need to come through and feed this. I was kind of waiting for the rain to be done for a few days before I did that, but I am going to come through probably tomorrow and use some fish fertilizer. So lots of carrots coming up in here. The asparagus is still sending up new sprouts. So the asparagus will come up, and then it ferns out, and then some of them will end up growing berries. And these berries have seeds. Once they turn red, they'll fall off and drop in, and more will grow. So this bin, I am not planning on probably ever harvesting and eating here. This is just to tide over until we're in our pretty much forever spot. That way I can harvest this and grow these. Alright, so next to the asparagus, we have our peas. I still have not put up my trellis yet. I really need to do that because we're getting to the point that they need them. I had really poor germination here. So I'm not sure what happened. I know some of them were older seed, but literally like this half grew and this half grew, but anything on this side and that side didn't grow. So I don't know, but I am going to get those up. This is really kind of too late in the season for these. So I'm pushing my luck. These are sugar snap peas. And they usually like to grow when it's cooler, but I wasn't ready for them when it was cooler. So I'm trying it now, and then I'll try again in the fall. Our beans, on the other hand, I probably put too many beans around this trellis, but it is starting to climb up the edges here and is looking amazing. Some of the beans look a little rough from all the weather, but we should start getting some beans out of here pretty soon, which is exciting. We're going to come over here to this huge garden. Look at all that growth. So I've never had a marigold to grow this big, so I'm kind of excited that they're doing so well, but I'm also like, man, I think I might have put too much in this bin, so we'll see. But this, I think, is the Cherokee Purple that I bought. Yes, Cherokee Purple. So it is way ahead of the other ones because this was already started earlier. And then this one is the Sakura that I bought from a local farmer, and this has little cherry tomatoes growing on it, so we should have tomatoes coming up here pretty soon. And then over here, oh, and then I have a basil in there that was also a store-bought basil. And then in here I have my Berries Crazy Cherry. I'm starting to get my first set of multifloral flowers. And then over here again I'm getting flowers, and this is for the Trip L crop. And then I have a lettuce leaf basil down here, which it looks like something's trying to eat. and then some marigolds in the front. I'm a little worried that that basil's going to get shadowed out, but we will see what happens. And then these are actually ready for me to tie up again. So I need to get out here with some twine and do that so they keep their support. And then in this one, I believe this is the Arkansas Traveler, and it's doing great. And then I have another Berries Crazy Cherry. Again, we have little flowers starting right here. And then, yeah, it looks like we have a couple of little ones about to come up right there. This one has a basil plant, and it has marigolds in the front and in the back. So they're doing amazing. And then these are the cucumbers. So I have miniature white on this side and one called Sikkim on this side. And I'm probably going to thin these, but we'll see what happens. I know I'm going to have to replant, so I think I'm going to hit it hard and heavy with what I can grow and fit on this trellis and get what I can get out of it, and then do a succession planting afterwards. And then over here we have our peppers. Again, I wasn't expecting this marigold to get this big. I may end up moving this because I want some airflow in the center of these peppers. But my Nata that I've started from seed is starting to grow. My habanada looks a little sad, which makes me sad. So hopefully that picks back up. This should be the shishito pepper. Again, looking a little sad, but the top leaves are looking better. This one was really yellowing, and it is coming back to green, which is good. And that's the Coronado sweet pepper. And then we have a sweet banana pepper growing right here. And so hopefully those pick up. We had a lot of caterpillar damage on these radishes. I did go ahead and harvest what I could. So I am going to plant some more radishes next to this squash, because radishes are supposed to help deter squash bugs. So I'd like to keep radishes here as long as possible. But the squash is growing, which is awesome. Okay, if we come over here, you can see how tall and lovely the onions are looking. We are getting a lot of bulbs on here. I feel like I kind of need to scoop some of the dirt away from some of these that are bulbing. But I am just coming through, and I am harvesting some of these that are closer to others, because I planted these closer than I should have, knowing that I was going to harvest some young for fresh eating. So that is kind of like my guess is I will probably harvest this one young and give some extra room right here. But these are looking great. The peppers over here, we're also doing good. I have to remember what all of them are. I know that that one's the Marconi. That's a shishito. We have a habanada down there, and I'm trying to remember what this one is. I think this is a sweet banana pepper. So lots of peppers. Alright, so next to the peppers, I have some beets. Not a lot came up. I'm going to try to resow some of these. I've got a lot of radishes planted here. Caterpillars are trying to eat them up. But I'm also, I planted these very thick, and so I'm going through and I'm harvesting any that are decent size and leaving the rest next to them and letting them bulb. And then I have turnips a row next to that. I have a couple of marigolds here. I have a zinnia and I think a calendula, but they might both be zinnias by the look of them. And then my pineapple sage, my dill, the walking onion. I've got a few okra back here and a rogue tomato plant that I'm letting just do its thing. I want to show you this walking onion because it did its bulbing and now it's creating roots because it laid down and is pressing into this soil and it's creating new plants. So once it does that, then I can trim it off and let it do its thing. And then that's how this walking onion spreads. You can see we have a smaller okra and a bigger okra and this wild tomato plant in the middle of all this mint. The green stalks are doing amazing. This first one has lots of strawberry growth. I have been picking off caterpillars, so you could tell the older ones versus my newer ones. But even my newer ones are all flowering. I should be picking those flowers off, but I'm not. And then our greens one has the most noted growth. Our chards are growing. The lettuce leaf basils are growing amazingly. We've got celery taken off. The nasturtiums have huge leaves. I have been picking caterpillars off. That was one, I think. But I have been over here picking caterpillars off wherever I see the holes. And so that has been a project. We've got collards going on over here. I already got the one off of this. Just mustard greens, all kinds of greens, basils, kale, more mustard. We have more mustard, a habanero. I think this is my pink celery. We've got some either Thai or holy basil going on, more greens. There's just so much growing in here. It is amazing. And that's a fly. I was hoping it was going to be a lightning bug. So now I'm super excited about these little flowers. This little cow. All the greens are doing pretty good. We've got mint over here that's growing. That guy got eaten up pretty good. I got to look for caterpillars on him. Up here we have all of our herbs and some calendula and some agastache that is doing great. I'm letting the mint take over. And that is it for our tour today. Lots of wonderful things growing. I'm super excited about this season. I am definitely learning a lot between aphids and the amount of moths. We've got the rabbits, we've got squirrels, we've got all kinds of things. Lots of rain, but what I am encouraged by is when I get little aphid, not little aphids, little ladybug larvae coming through, because I have aphids, and so they're coming through and they're eating all the aphids. And eventually I will have some ladybugs. I do want to grab some, but I'm not at that point right now. So yes, super excited. It's very, very weedy. It is what it is. Very weedy. The front has a lot of weeds too. Actually, before I sign off, let me show you the front. Okay, so we're gonna come out here and we've got the aloe. We have got irises. These weeds have very big stalks and they are so fast growing. So with this lightning and rain, I'm having to deal with them all the time, and they are overpowering my cute little pansies down there, but they are hiding in there. We have all kinds of things growing. This is a gladiolus that hopefully is going to get its strength, and then more pansies down here, lots of weeds, and then look, my ranunculuses that I planted are coming up, which is awesome. More weeds all around them. My comfrey is doing great back there. Another ranunculus, more weeds. Well, the irises I need to come out here and deadhead, and we have got lots of snapdragons. And so everything is doing really, really well. And I just have to keep up. Like these weeds I need to do probably twice a week. That is how fast that they grow. I'm out here a lot. This one I did not pull last time, and I need to because it's getting huge. So I'm gonna get this cleaned up and probably share a picture of that. But it is what it is. I'm embracing the weeds right now. It just is life. So that's all I have for you today. I am going to get myself ready. I have a haircut today, and I'm going to go get myself out of here and get ready. Thank you for joining me on this garden tour, and I really hope that this inspires you to grow where you are, that it is totally possible in a small space to grow lots and lots of food. And stay tuned for watching harvests and what I do with all this food, and of course, future garden tours. And we will see you back on the next video.